There's someone out there. No one knows his name. No one knows his face.
Oh, no.
But now, the most terrifying man in the city
Officer! Officer! Oh, thank God it's you.
carries a badge.
Hey guys, I'm Kevin,
And I'm Jake.
and this is Movie Matters. October still, and we're doing some scary movies. I don't know if I'd consider this scary, but we're doing Maniac Cop from 1988. Ake, what'd you think?
We're on a streak of movies that are like interesting, but like not executed well.
Agreed 100%. Yeah, this movie
This is
has a
another one.
lot of potential. Like, this movie's prime for a remake, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, like, I would definitely consider this a slasher movie, but it's not scary.
No.
Which is interesting. But yeah, I like it could be done a lot better.
Agreed. So I don't remember exactly how I came across this movie. I think it was just Amazon Prime. I saw it on there and I was like, that's an interesting name for a movie, and it's in the 80s. Let's add it to the list. Let's add it to the repertoire. I'm glad we watched it. I think it's a really terrible movie. But there's some awesome features to it. I guess you could say.
Yeah.
I mean, I had no idea like what the movie was about, except that it's a cop that's going to kill people. And yeah, this movie has a very poorly written screenplay, in my opinion. What's funny is ever since doing this podcast, screenplays, like the dialogue in movies, stand out to me way more now. Do you feel the same?
Yeah. I've definitely gotten more nitpicky.
Yeah. I don't know
like,
if that's a good thing.
Yeah, I don't want to be like pretentious, because like, and that's why I think like both of us recognize the like fun and like really cool elements of this movie, but like, I don't know, it's trying to do too much. I think it's trying to mash up like 6 different genres into one movie, and it's just too much. Like,
yeah, and it's like the plot, there's so much, I don't want to say inferred, but there's like so much that just people are just like, oh, that's the reason, and that's exactly the reason. So let's move on, and then let's get to the next reason. Oh, and that's the reason. Do you know what I'm saying?
There's a lot of that, and there's also a lot of like fluff that never materializes into anything.
Yes.
Like the whole like beginning of the movie is kind of the detective whose name is escaping me.
It's not Frank, is it? I think it's Frank McRae.
Frank McRae. Yeah, that's right.
Played by Tom Atkins, who is in The Fog from 1980 with that's John Carpenter's movie, which I think you said you have not seen.
I think I've seen bits and pieces of it.
Okay.
But I never all the way through for sure.
Watch it. It's good. It's solid. He is a decent actor. He is not amazing, but I like him in this, even though he's a little try-hardy. But go on.
Yeah, but I feel like it's the script writing, I think, is just not great. Like the beginning of the movie, he's very convinced that it's a police officer serial killer that's killing for pure pleasure of killing.
Yeah, he just knows
and then
everything.
It's never again mentioned again. Like, it's like, I don't know. Like, there's just a lot of like moments in the movie that seem to have a lot of like plot weight that never go anywhere.
Yeah,
and I think it's
almost confusing.
Yeah, right. And I think it's because they're just trying to do so much. Like, they're trying to make this an action movie. They're trying to make it a gritty crime movie. They're trying to make it a mystery. They're trying to make it a horror slasher. Like, that's just way too many things. Like, they could have dialed it back a lot. just keep the slasher elements and keep the like gritty police movie, and like it would have been, I think, a lot more straightforward and clear. Like,
Yeah. I think it's again, we mentioned in a couple of these movies recently, we've been on this streak of movies that are like this, but it's like a grade schooler snorted some cocaine and made this screenplay.
yeah,
Because like the dialogue is just it's very cringy in this movie. I'm like, I literally watching it. I'm like, they said that? Are you kidding me? Or like the delivery of the line. I'm like, like they should have went with another take there. I don't know. I was almost too critical on this movie, but again, I did have fun with it. I didn't. It's a shitty movie, to be honest, but it's still worth a watch. It's still like an intriguing plot for the most part. Like it's got that pull, it's got that intrigue. It's just like you said, it's not executed properly. And I think with a proper rewrite, this movie could be fucking awesome.
And like I think one of the more confusing elements is that the Maniac Cop is killing random people. But then it turns out he's on a revenge mission. It's like, okay, then why are you killing random people?
Yeah.
Like, you know, it doesn't make sense, and it is kind of like it dilutes both things. So like pick one lane, you know? And like that would be the way to like redo the movie, I think. Either have him be an indiscriminate like killing machine, or he's trying to go after the guys that screwed him over, you know?
Also, is he supernatural?
Well, that's what like isn't clear either. Because the one vice cop lady shoots him like 6 times and even mentions that she shot him twice in the head.
Yeah.
Like pretty explicitly. And he walks away. So yeah, I don't know. It's not really clear.
Yeah, and
well, then at the end he gets stabbed with a metal flagpole or whatever and still is alive. So yeah, he must be supernatural.
Which we watched the trailer before this, as we do all of our before all of our videos, and we include segments of it or a little clip of it before each episode. This trailer literally gave away everything, including the ending. So if you really, if you haven't watched the movie already and you listen to this episode, just watch the trailer and you've pretty much got the gist of the movie, and you don't really need to watch it, to be honest.
Yeah.
But it's you know, there's that corruption plot point that's like not really explained. Like, why is he in prison? Like, why does he go to prison? And
yeah, it's not developed enough.
It's like
you're just
police
supposed
brutality.
to accept that that's what happened, and that's why he got attacked in the shower.
Yeah, that whole
like,
prison like dream sequence or like remembering sequence is so bad.
Yeah.
Like there's literally like 2 minutes of him walking through jail, and it's got this horrible soundtrack to it, and he's just like, all these prisoners are like, oh yeah, we're gonna fuck you up, basically, with their like they're staring him down. And that goes on for like, this movie has very tedious things that happen in it. Like the opening credits, I had to fast forward through them. They were so bad and so tedious. I was like, geez, just get through this. So, and like, yeah, that prison sequence, and then he like fucks people up in prison, but then like him getting stabbed in the face was like actually like well done. Like the effects in this movie and like makeup is super well done.
Yeah, which is like, I feel like there's this like weird trend that we're seeing in a lot of the movies we've been watching lately, where like the effects are like so good and then like everything else is just like dog shit, you know?
Yeah.
It's just funny, like that. Like you're gonna, I mean, I guess
it's
if
an
you're gonna
80s
spend
trend.
your money, spend it on the effects, you know?
Yeah, and it's crazy that movies spend it on digital effects these days.
Yeah.
But this, I don't know, this movie's like ripe for a reboot, because like, especially with, you know, police brutality lately, especially against like minorities and stuff, and like all the political aspects of police and people like not liking the police and everything. I feel like that plot point could play into a new Maniac Cop, which would be really good.
Yeah. With
this
Bruce Campbell
yeah.
back
I
in it.
had no idea he was in this movie.
Neither did I.
And I saw his name in the credits, and I was like, no way, that's sick. And yeah, I like that they chose him and Robert Zadar because they both have like iconic chins. Robert Zadar plays the Maniac Cop, Matt
Campbell?
Crowell or something like that. It's like I don't know.
Something with a C.
Yeah, I'll double check here. I know we should know this. Cordell,
that's
Cordell.
right. Oh, which also the trailer was killing me because they're like, nobody knows his name. But in the beginning, they show his name badge and it says Cordell, like during the opening credits.
I didn't even notice that. That's hilarious.
Yeah, I'm like 90% sure that it's in the opening credits.
That's really funny. Yeah, I like that the whole plot point of like him being accused of being the Maniac Cop is really a great plot device that helps move forward. But he's not really the main character. Like the detective Frank McRae is like the main character for the majority of the movie, and then it switches to Bruce Campbell.
Yeah, which is not
Jack's
usually
his
good
character,
practice.
No, it should have been one or the other. And like Frank dies in the movie, which is kind of sucks. Like I didn't expect him to die, but he was getting pretty fucked up in the whole movie. Like he gets his ass kicked the whole movie.
Yeah, he does.
So I don't know. I think they could have focused a little bit better on the main character. I
get why they played it out that way because they wanted Jack to appear to be the killer for at least like the first third of the movie.
Yeah.
But like then just make Frank the primary focus and you get the little sequences of Jack, like doing stuff, and then like it doesn't need to develop into this whole like subplot about Jack's, like it doesn't need to go that deep with them,
Yeah, like Jack cheating on his wife. His wife is like a psychopath too. And it's weird. She's weird. I feel like that's another trend we've been seeing in these movies. It's like all these, I mean, I think again, it's a creature of the 80s where it's men writing the screenplay and they don't know how to write women and they just do them as boring housewives that are fucking psycho. Like Arnold Schwarzenegger's wife in Raw Deal. Like his wife is kind of fucking cuckoo.
She's just like hammered all the time like, for no reason.
Baking
like,
cakes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's like this woman is like a fucking psychopath, but she's also like suspicious of Jack being the killer, which is interesting, but like also not. It's a little vague. I don't know. It's interesting.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's just kind of. It's a little forced too. Like the phone call is like really like weird and random. Like that gets her to follow him.
Yeah.
Like.
Yep.
Because like it's one of those things like okay so like the lady that's in love with the Maniac Cop calls Jack's wife in order to set him up to take the fall for these murders.
Yeah,
it's like how like you're waiting like there's a lot of variables that need to go your way to get that to happen properly, like. And you're just going to set all that in motion with one phone call being like, your husband's a killer. And then hang up. Like, it's a little out there.
Also, is like she his mom? Is she his lover? I
assume it's
not Mallory.
lover.
It's, what's her name?
Wasn't it? Didn't
Sally.
they say they were married?
Maybe. I don't remember.
I can't remember.
Yeah.
Again, it's like not consequential to anything really.
She's like a psycho in this movie, and like it's very briefly mentioned why she like has a like leg brace on and a cane and everything, and that she like threw herself out the window because of what happened to Matt, basically, which makes no sense. It's like, why is she still a cop and not under fucking psychiatric care?
Right, yeah.
Also, like, her acting is so bad in this, and honestly, her death scene was hysterical.
Yeah.
She's like literally just getting like very gently pushed up against the wall is what it looks like, and then she gets like thrown onto this table and she's like dead. And then I think probably the best part that leads into that is where this one detective is going to stop Bruce Campbell, Jack's character, and he goes to reach for the phone and grabs her dead hand and then screams at the top of his lungs.
Yeah.
Which makes no sense.
No.
I was like, what the fuck am I watching right now when I saw that scene?
Yeah.
There's a lot of scenes like that in this. There's like shit that makes no sense.
Yeah, no. Like that's where I think they're trying to genre cross too much, and it just comes out as like garbled nonsense, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
and it's almost like fluff too. It's like, oh,
yeah,
it'd be cool to see this. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think another like favorite scene where you're just like, what? Why? Is when Frank goes and follows Sally to the dock and she meets up with Matt, the Maniac Cop, and she like Frank like knocks over a board, of course, which is such a typical trope of any fucking like detective movie when someone's following someone. And she's like, oh, who's out there? Who is that?
Whips out a gun.
And then just starts shooting.
Yeah.
I was like, no fucking way. She's like, answer me. Gets all pissed.
Well, and like Frank isn't even that well hidden, and she like hits like 3 or 4 times like around him. So it's like, how do you not see him?
And then there's that classic like, oh, it's just a cat. No big deal.
Yeah, whatever.
Like, it's it's just a bird or something that flew away. It's it's so interesting.
Yeah.
Also, another thing I've noticed in this movie is so do you know what ADR is?
No.
ADR is like, it's after the movie's like shot, people will go back and do like recordings to help with the dialogue, audio and everything. The ADR in this movie is god awful. Like when characters are screaming, it does not match whatsoever.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
Oh, it was horrible. And like, it was not well done. Not well done at all. And it bothered the shit out of me, but it was also very like laughable. It made me laugh a lot. Yeah, I mean, this movie, so at first it was given a limited theatrical release at like grindhouse theaters.
Oh, okay.
And in like midnight showings. And then it failed to recoup its costs. I think it was like $1 million budget roughly, and it made 600,000. However, when it hit video, the movie like became an instant hit, and there was such a demand for like horror movies and like in the U.S. market and the foreign markets for like video rentals and video sales. And it led to 2 sequels being made because of that.
Yeah.
Literally because of it being a success on like DVD or like VHS, for example. Pretty crazy.
Yeah.
I would imagine the sequels are just as bad.
Probably.
If not worse.
But like this is, and like again, like I don't think this movie has that cult movie charm that say Roadhouse has.
I know, we always compare it to Roadhouse.
I mean, because like Roadhouse is like the ultimate like
Yeah.
bad good movie, you know?
Yeah.
Like this, I can see why people would love to like, you know, shit on this movie like while they watch it, you know, like with their friends and stuff. So
Yeah.
like, you know, I get why it's kind of like a cult movie, and why the series, you know, would be considered that as well. But yeah, I don't know if it's like deserving of like cult status the way that you'd think of some others, you know.
Yeah, I would agree. I feel like if we would have watched this movie together, we would have been laughing our asses off.
Yeah, probably.
Because I mean, I was already laughing at a lot of scenes where I was literally verbally, like out loud, being like, "No fucking way!" Like,
Like I watched it by myself because I had no idea. Like I thought it was actually going to be more of like a bloody slasher movie. So I told my wife like, you probably don't want to watch this.
She probably would have liked it.
She probably would have been like, I mean, there's like nothing in this movie that's particularly bad,
No,
in terms
just
of
when he
like,
gets his face slashed and stuff. It's kind of
but I mean, it's
kind of
like,
aggressive.
whatever, It's not like Friday the 13th was more bloody than this by far.
Definitely.
But yeah, it was like, I don't know, like I thought it was more serious than like it even turned out to be. Like it's not even like I'm gonna use Roadhouse again, but like Roadhouse is like supposed to be a very serious movie, and like it becomes goofy because it's just like it's silly, like what's happening. This movie's like very, very like deadly serious, but like doesn't even quite cross over into that like silly thing. It's just badly done serious.
Yes.
Like,
it's just a shitty movie.
Yeah. Like, I mean, like when I saw Bruce Campbell was in it, for a second I was like, oh, maybe it's going to be, kind of like Evil Dead, or something where it's going to be like a little bit of like a B movie, like weird, kind of thing. But like, it was not at all. And like watching him in like a serious role was like a little
like he didn't have that classic Bruce Campbell charm or wit in this really. But I read that he admits that he only did this movie because he needed work, and he also thinks that the movie's not good.
Yeah.
So again, some of the line delivery, I like the editing, the line delivery, the soundtrack, a lot of it you're just like, wow, this could have been made so much better, but it's a steamy pile of shit basically.
Yeah.
And it's just literally like they could have taken their time and done a little bit better delivery. I feel like this is I'll have to look. It's like a first time, director that doesn't really know what they're doing, or is just working off a poor script.
Yeah, there's besides the overarching like plot concept, everything about it is kind of bad. Like the exchange with the lady vice cop and the guy who's like trying to pick her up was like super comical. Like that dialogue was so bad.
Yeah. And then he just leaves.
It didn't even, like, the dialogue was so bad it didn't even register to me that he actually thought she was a cop until he drove away, and then I was like, oh, those are all like genuine lines. Like,
yeah,
it's like, what the hell?
Yeah, not good. Okay, so the director, William Lustig, of this movie, obviously, he did 4 movies before Maniac Cop. It's like, geez, man, did you ever graduate from fucking school? Jeez. I think his movie titles are pretty funny. His first movie is called Maniac. His second movie is called Vigilante. Then it's Maniac Cop. Then it's Hit List, Relentless. Then he did Maniac Cop 2 and Maniac Cop 3, Badge of Silence. Maniac Cop 2 is rated almost the same on IMDb as the first one. And now it says it's on Prime too. It's streaming on Amazon Prime at the moment. The plot synopsis: a supernatural Maniac killer cop teams up with a Times Square serial killer.
Interesting.
So,
not in line with the plot of the first movie at all, but that's
okay. Interesting. Supernatural, at least they admit it. Let's see what Maniac Cop 3 says. A priest practicing the voodoo arts resurrects Matt Cordell, who takes his badge and comes back from the dead to do his bidding.
Huh, interesting.
Also on Prime at the moment. Rated Lower.
Unsurprisingly.
Huh. Interesting. It's got Jackie Earl Haley, who plays Rorschach in Watchmen.
Yeah.
Interesting. But yeah, like the sound effects in this movie aren't great. Like in the shower scene where he's like grunting and like getting beat up and like also beating up the other people is interesting.
The gunshots are terrible.
Yeah. When Sally beats the shit out of Frank with her cane is pretty hilarious, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
And then he just like helps her later on. Like 5 minutes, like a minute later, he's just like, "Oh, I'm gonna help you." After he just got the shit beaten out of him by her, I would have been like, "Yo," I would have thrown her out the fucking window.
Like stabbed with like the end of her cane too.
Yeah,
like,
and he was
stabbed,
like
but,
bleeding a lot. Yeah, this movie also like the one thing I hate this about certain movies where the main villain or like supernatural killer grabs characters and just throws them. That happens all the time in movies and it kind of bothers me. It's like
that wouldn't kill somebody.
No, and it's like, why are you throwing someone and then just going after them? That always bothers me in movies, and they do that in a lot of slasher movies. Also, another thing that bothers me, unrelated to this, is when someone is like, I don't know, running away or running down a straight hallway and there's guards or guys shooting at them and they're missing. That always kind of bothers me in movies. It's like the same scenario of like just getting thrown. It's like, what's the point? What's the point of that?
It's just like action for action's sake.
Exactly. And that kind of bothers me. Even new movies and good movies still do that, but I don't know. Yeah, I mean, there's not much else. The one other thing I like. So obviously we're talking about a lot of things we dislike. The one thing I like, the stunt work in this movie is actually really good.
Yeah, it wasn't actually that bad.
It was like surprisingly really good. Like Frank getting thrown out of the window onto the car is really good. The ending where Jack is hanging on to the like step van and they go through that building, which is crazy, and like the guy's on there, like that's awesome. And then when they drive off the pier and the guy jumps off, he's going with the step van into the water, which is sick. Like that, there's some really good stunt work in this movie, believe it or not. I was pretty impressed. But you also have that classic kind of horror ending where it's like, oh my God, I loved this in this movie, where they pull the van out of the lake and he's obviously not in there. Like you knew that was going to happen. Yeah. And then everyone's reaction to it, or they're like, oh my, no.
Yeah.
Like so over dramatic and
how
so
could
stupid.
He be missing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it was so stupid and it was so funny. And then you see his hand and then the movie fucking ends. It's like, yeah. All right.
I mean, that's like, somebody probably did it before the original Halloween, where Michael Myers disappears off the front lawn, you know? But like, if you're going to do something like that, do it like that.
Yeah.
Because like that movie, like, he shows him after he gets shot, right? And falls out the window, I think. Mm-hmm. Shows him on the lawn, cuts back to Lori, right? She like walks up to the window and looks out and he's gone, and then like black, like done, like the movie's over. Like that's how you should end it. Not, oh, how could it possibly have happened that he's not here? And then the hand coming up from the water. It's like you already implied that he's not dead. You don't need to visually confirm it for us, And
aren't they gonna like get divers and go in there and look for him?
You would think so.
I don't know.
But
they didn't have the budget for it.
Yeah.
So I when I looked at this movie on IMDb, I saw that there was like 3 different run times. There is an extended edition of this. I don't know where it resides, but the ending, they believe Matt Cordell's dead, and then Cordell shows up at the mayor's office and kills the mayor for revenge for him getting killed in prison for exposing corruption. Again, very interesting plot point that doesn't really suffice throughout the whole movie. And that was in the extended version that he does that. So I don't know. I think, again, there's too much going on in this movie. Too much.
Yeah.
But apparently there's a couple cool little fun behind the scenes things. Jake LaMotta, for Raging Bull Jake LaMotta, makes a brief cameo as a detective in this movie. I feel like he's in a lot of 80s movies that, like, as just like really weird cameos. Sam Raimi helped shoot some footage for this movie. Sam Raimi of Evil Dead with Bruce Campbell helped with footage and helped the footage he shot helped secure money to make the movie, which is pretty cool.
Interesting.
So, yeah, again, at the end of the day, this is a pretty shitty movie, but it is laughable, so I think it's worth a watch. And I think there's, again, an awesome plot hiding underneath the shitty movie.
Yeah, it's not like offensively bad.
No, it's not.
You know,
it's
like,
not.
You could have a good time watching it.
Yeah.
Which is, you know.
I gave it a 2 out of 5, basically, is what I gave it. So I think that's a little generous if you ask me.
Yeah, maybe a little bit, but.
So, anything else you want to add, Jake?
No, I think we covered everything.
Awesome. Well, what's next on the docket?
Is that Hellraiser next?
I think so. I'm excited. I've never seen it, so that one should be a fun one to do. You've been watching other scary movies?
What did I watch?
Let the Right One In. Did you watch that?
Yeah, we watched Let the Right One In. I liked it
What'd
a
you
lot.
think? Super cool.
Pretty good movie.
Yeah.
I liked it.
Yeah.
A cool mix of like classic vampire lore and like modern vampire. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's next for you? This is Jake's personal list that he's watching.
Yeah. Wasn't gonna watch anything tonight. Sunday we're gonna watch Hereditary.
You'll have to let me know what you think of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Originally we were gonna watch Hereditary tomorrow, but the Cubs are playing, so
Yes, they are. It's a very important game.
yes.
I don't know why it took me so long to say that. But yeah, hopefully you guys are enjoying October so far and watching some scary movies. This movie's not that scary, but I don't think most movies are, and especially 80s movies. But it's a decent flick. I say it's worth a watch. I don't know about the sequels. If you guys have seen the sequels and you think they're worth a watch, please comment and let us know, and maybe we'll watch them.
Yeah.
Maybe. But thank you guys for listening and watching, and we'll catch you next week.
Yep. See ya.